Hey there everyone, this is the Collective Soul Tarot and my name is Kay. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning viewer and subscriber, I'm very happy to have you here with me today, and for new viewers, welcome. We're going to be doing a general reading for the collective today, and I'll let Spirit decide the topic and the direction of the reading. I wanted to let you know today I won't be doing a zodiac reading today, but I will be doing 2 alphabet readings, so we get that kick started, get that off the ground and running, because we had Y and Z, which, nothing against those letters, but let's just say they're not the most popular first initial in a name, at least not in North America. But I realize people are all over the world are watching these, so please forgive me for that. But in any case, we're going to do 2 alphabet readings today. And the reason for the alphabet readings, I'm telling you this in the collective readings, is that, just in case you don't know, is that, excuse me, as you know, there's 26 letters in the alphabet, and there's only 12 zodiac signs. And the collective is the whole collective, meaning however many millions or whatever people are watching tarot card readings. You can go to astro.com too and figure out your sun, which, if you're a Sagittarian like me, your sun is Sagittarian, maybe, and your moon would be something else, maybe Taurus, maybe Cancer is your Venus, and your ascending or rising sign is something like Libra. So you could actually watch 3 more zodiac readings to garner more information about your particular situation in your love life or whatever area of your life. But then there's these alphabet readings. So with the zodiac readings, that's narrowing it down from the collective, like the whole, however many people can relate to the collective reading. There is, with the zodiac, you're narrowing it down by one of 12 now. You're narrowing it more down to be more specific to you. With the alphabet readings, you're even narrowing it further, because you're only talking about a specific, talking to people who have a specific letter in the name as the first letter of first name, middle name, last name, or nickname. Something, whatever you identify most with, is how the alphabet readings are going to help you narrow down to be more specific to your particular situation. A lot closer to a private type of reading, but not a private reading. They have their place and they're very valuable, and you can gain a lot of benefit from a private reading, so don't replace it. But it is definitely going to help you get closer to your specifics. Okay, without further ado, if you like what you see or hear, please subscribe and like and comment. I enjoy reading your comments and share. Otherwise, I'm going to take a moment here with Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, asking them to assist and guide me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly. So thank you, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. Let's begin. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Thursday, September the 7th, 2023? What do you have for us, for the collective? What's most on the collective's minds and hearts that they most need to hear right now? Okay, yeah. All right, so check out those alphabet readings. Later on, I'm going to be recording them after this one. So what's the overall energy, Archangel Michael? 10 of Wands. Geez, I think that was the overall energy a couple of readings ago. Wow, somebody is heavily burdened. This is feeling tormented, overburdened, and, just heavy. A lot of stress, right? Tormented. Somebody is not feeling so free and easy, lighthearted and whatnot. They just feel like there's a lot going on in their life that they may not have any control over, and they're carrying a lot of baggage from previous, the past, whatever that might be, whether it's in childhood, whether it's a previous relationship, or whether it's a previous couple relationships, or whether it's a current relationship. Well, okay, so we have the King of Swords. Here we got a significator, somebody who is being upright, straight. Like, look at this guy. He's sitting on top of the mountains, right? And he's gaining a new perspective. He's got wisdom, and he's got spiritual guidance here. And he's wearing his boots of integrity with his sword in his hand. He is looking out, like in contemplation, thinking to himself, what can I make of this? Logically, what can I make of this? He's not the type of king who actually flowers his thinking with emotions. He keeps them controlled, not suppressed, but controlled. Okay, what's next? The Tower has come down. Wow, okay. The Tower has come down in the King of Swords' life. Wow, okay. Due to toxicity that's been a part of his life in one way, shape, or form. The Four of Swords, some respite time the king needs. In contemplation, he's gathering some isolated time up there on top of the mountains in order for him to be able to see clearly and to see at a higher perspective, right? He has a higher vantage point up there than he does when he's in the valley. And the Queen of Cups, wow, okay. This is something to do with the Queen of Cups in his life. Somebody who is highly intuitive, eyes closed. She is seeking information from the divine. She's a captivating person. Because she's loving, nurturing, very caring, and she's just an all around a beautiful person, inside and out. She is very well loved and revered, liked. She has so much going for her because of her heart. She wears her, she's not afraid to express her emotions, so she wears them on her sleeve, but in a controlled manner, not in a suppressed manner, but a controlled manner. That's healthy manner. Last card, Five of Pentacles. Okay. I'm getting the overall sense here with the reading, of course, that the King of Swords has had a Tower moment. A tower moment, Tower week, Tower month, Tower years, whatever. Tower moment, it's referred to as. Because he was involved with somebody and he was behaving deceptively. Like, he was in, devilish energy, deception, not maybe perhaps being greedy and not honest, not upfront, that's for sure, hiding behind their lies and so forth and so on. Somebody been in his life like that, or he has been like that, and the Tower came down on that, so he's been trying to figure out, without allowing his emotions to flower his thinking right now, that he wants to cut straight to the truth. He wants to find the truth, find the clarity, and to come off the mountain feeling that he's got his smarts together. He's highly intelligent and he's a great communicator, and they are actually very intuitive, the King of Swords. So is the Queen of Swords, right? So in the upright, he may be in the upright now. He's in the upright now. He may have not been in the upright in the past, or the most recent past, or further back when he was dealing with the Queen of Cups. Yeah, okay, so let's do that. He's had the Tower moment on how he was very cold and calculating, and just using little words or using his words to cut to the heart of this Queen of Cups person. He was trying to cut to the heart, meaning when he was in the reverse as a King of Swords, he was trying to hurt her. Really, he was trying to hurt her. Quite literally. Trying to hurt her for some reason, one reason or another. But, when you're in toxic energy, you don't really you don't, well, it's hard to say. Did he know he was really being toxic, or is that just the way he's always operated? And if he's always operated in relationships like that, you hurt me, I hurt you. Eye for an eye. And that's very much the toxic type of thinking. And so he was, he's attached to her. Didn't want to be. He felt attached to her, bound to her, maybe energetically, spiritually, whatever, right? But he's like fighting that. He was fighting that. He didn't want it because for whatever reason, maybe he was in another commitment, or just his personality, how he ever attracted somebody like the Queen of Cups, being in that energy, is very hard to say. But that would be somebody coming across faults towards you, right? Faults, saying, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm free, and I'm single. I can be available to you. Let's get it on, right? Let's get it on. So the Tower came down on that behavior, because eventually it has to. You can't be deceptive your entire life. You're going to have a lot of very painful experiences as a result, have a lot of heavy burdens carrying them on your shoulders as a result of being toxic. Your life becomes heavy, dark and heavy. And you may be confused as to why this is happening to you. You might have been in a relationship, and that relationship was not a very heart-centered relationship, obviously, because if you're in toxic energy, you're not in your heart. In your heart, you could not be toxic. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing with the first line there. Third line, or the second line, third line, I guess, is the Four of Swords. I mean, he has had to go into introspection, contemplation. He has had to rest after his devilish, toxic, cutting, brutally honest but harsh ways and words with the Queen of Cups. Just behaving as though he didn't care if they actually communicated. When they communicated, he came across as so, yeah, well, whatever, I don't really care about you, and it's kind of a bother to be talking to you, so I'll just tell you something that's not really worth listening to, and then I'll ghost you, whatever. So this behavior after the Tower moment, feeling heavily burdened, he needed some respite time. He needed to go into rest. His heart is broken for one reason or another. And it could be because the Queen of Cups may have cut him out of his life or blocked him, right? And so he's been feeling like having a broken heart. He's getting the sense that she has a broken heart too. He's actually feeling for somebody else instead of just his selfish self. And he recognizes he left her out in the cold. But he is now feeling that as well, because they probably are not communicating. All right, so let's now that we got that, let's clarify the King of Swords with the Ten of Wands energy. King of Swords with the Ten of Wands energy. What can you tell us about those two energies? Why is the King of Swords clarifying the Ten of Wands? Okay, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, thank you very much. Seven of Swords, sneaky, underhanded, deceptive behaviors, very much devilish. Five of Swords, self-sabotaging behaviors. And the Star. He sees somebody as a star and wants to mend a connection with somebody who's walked away from him. Okay, to keep it simple, right? Because of his devilish, toxic ways and thinking, his beliefs about how you get ahead in life by hurting others, right? You get what you want from them, you take what you can get, and you leave. As simple as that. You'll even cheat in a committed relationship because you feel as if you're owed that, or that maybe you live apart from your spouse or whatever, and that distance allows you to have that kind of playground mentality, like, because she or he will never know, right? So I can just play and engage with others sexually, right? And not worry about it, because it's just going to be a fling, because when it's time to go back home, we'll pick up as usual with his or her spouse. So he was being sneaky and underhanded and deceptive. Okay, that's the Seven of Swords, straight up. As a result of this toxic ways of behaving, he actually was sabotaging his life, which started to cause some heavy burdens. Too many lies creates too many reasons to have to support those lies. You have to, first of all, you got to remember what you've lied about, and then you've got to be able to support it. If someone, is questioning it, you got to support it, right? So it's, it's a lie upon lie upon lie. And that's lie upon lie upon lie. It's a heavy burden, right? Excuse me. So self-sabotaging, he was doing whatever he could do to win. There is just no easy resolution with something like this. So that's why the tower had to come down, right? So he was in that self-sabotaging mentality, where whatever he did, whatever lies he said, whatever deceptive behaviors he enacted upon his world, in his relationships, it was coming back to bite him in the butt, because he had to, like I said, lie upon lie. He had to support and had to remember what he actually said about why he was there instead of there, to his wife or her husband, whatever. So, self-sabotaging, deceptive behaviors, it's the reason why he is having to look at his life more clearly and seeing the error of his ways, because he's at a higher vantage point now, because he was once like this, taking advantage of people and just ruthlessly cutting them out of their life, out of his life, ruthlessly, right? So that's why the Ten of Wands, he's been carrying that around. Ten of Wands is very, very heavy. Yeah. And so he as a result, like having been able to turn upside right and seeing the error of his ways, having a better perspective, higher vantage point, seeing things more clearly. He has actually, and they're also intuitive, right? So he's been receiving intuitive hits, right? He's been receiving intuitive hits, realizing that he hasn't been such a shining personality. He's been very dark, actually, and pessimistic, and just ugly, okay? Ugly. And he's remembering the Queen of Cups, that he's done something to the Queen of Cups. He sabotaged his connection with her because he was a deceptive, in the past. And she's likely blocked him, but he sees her as his star, like she is like a guiding light to him because of her ways. She's grown from whatever it was that she experienced in harshness in her life, including with him as well. I'm sure there's more to it, but she is a guiding light now upon the world. He sees that, and she, over all the years, however long they have been either with each other, not really, but horsing around, and or separated, that he's come to see her as somebody he would want to connect with and heal the connection with. That's what the star is. He sees her as a star. All right. And he knows he walked away from her. She's walked away from him too. Right there. Okay. He wants to take a leap of faith to go back towards her, but you know what? So the Tower. Talk to us about the Tower. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, please talk to us about the Tower. The Tower energy. This is very significant. event, dramatic, abrupt, and very painful usually. Sometimes it can be a good tower, like being surprised by somebody in a good way. Okay, what do we got for the tower? Nine of Swords. Death card. Death and rebirth, or death and transformation. And the Five of Wands. Wow. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Whoops. And the Ten of Swords. Okay. His family life. Wow. All right. Eight of Pentacles. We're just going to put these out here. And the Ten of Swords. So guys, the tower had to come down because somebody was in inner turmoil, you know, losing sleep at night, not putting an end to something. They were refusing, although highly stressed about the current situation that they were in, highly stressed about it, losing sleep at night. They did not want to end it. They were refusing to. They were, it was like, no, inner conflict. I can't do this. I can't do this for one reason or another. In their mind, you know, their justification is, I can't do it because for this reason or for that reason. And of course, the divine comes in and says, look, you've got the power and you've got the energy to do anything you want. Anything. And if you're going to end up hurting somebody. You've already hurt the Queen of Cups, right? You're going to end up hurting somebody when you make a decision to go in another direction. But if you're following the direction of the divine, if you're following your heart, in other words, remember the divine and God, really, it's not a mystery. It is your heart. It's whatever your heart is calling out to. That is your God. That is your divine. That is the soul. So whenever your heart has got this urge or this pounding where it's saying, it's aching because you come to understand it, come to understand what the void, the ache was in your heart, is because you're missing somebody that your heart loves. Your heart loves a certain person, okay? Your heart loves another heart of another person. And that heart wants to connect with the other heart. That's really what it is. And so we are so logically minded and thinking that whatever our heart has to say is not necessarily something that's important or significant, but it is, and you would be feeling it, especially when the tower came down. You'd be feeling that your heart is truly like reaching out for, calling out for, to somebody that you've had already gotten to know. What, to one extent or another. I just turned the light on. But yeah, so you know, you hadn't been, the King of Swords hadn't been listening to his heart. He was refusing, having much inner conflict over making an effort to lay his betrayals of the heart down. He's been betraying himself, quite literally, and possibly it could be somebody in his life had been betraying him as well. That's the Ten of Swords. That's betrayal. That's the greatest betrayal. You cannot betray yourself even more, and no one else can betray you even more. 10 is the highest, according to tarot. So he'd been betraying himself, his heart, right? The affairs of the heart is when you're with somebody else, but your heart is calling out to someone else, right? So he may have been with somebody else, maybe not. He's just not listening to his heart. He wasn't. Tower came down, and yes, now he is. So because he would not put an end to it, he was feeling a lot of inner conflict, and he was losing sleep at night because he knows what he did here. He knows what he did. Now, he's allowing himself. It's very painful, yes, but he is allowing himself to, reflect on that. And for that reason, and he wasn't putting any effort in it to move towards her in any way, shape, or form. He was betraying his heart, like I said, but now we're also looking at these cards because it's the Tower that we're clarifying, which is great change, dramatic change. He is putting an ending to something. he is going to transform or is transforming. But that's what the Tower is doing, putting an end to something so that it ends this inner turmoil here, and it starts making him look at what it is that he needs to do, listening to his heart, put an end to betraying his heart, and actually put some effort into making some drastic changes in his life. With the help of the divine, right? The divine is one that comes in and blows up your life. So the devil, I hope that's made sense. The devil, clarify the devil, please, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. Thank you so much. The devil, the devil, the devil. Two of Pentacles, this wants to come out. So we got the ego and pride. And we have Justice. With the Six of Swords, wanting to move from rough waters, rough times in your life, to calmer waters, calmer times, as a King of Cups now, instead of just King of Swords. Okay, fantastic. The devil was all about, keeping somebody imbalanced, feeling like they were not worthy of his love and attention and commitment, because he was so high up on his horse. He was very much focused in the material world. What he can get, who he had to tromp on, didn't matter. He was high in his pride and his ego. All right, he wasn't juggling his heart and his mind very well at all. This is, it's imbalanced here. Justice came in. Justice came in as a result. The divine now, and it showed him the error of his ways, of his toxicity, the ways of being deceptive and just painfully prideful and hurtful towards others in his life. And that he's been doing that all of his life. He's been operating from that program of just deception, really, lies and deception all his life. You gotta lie. You gotta lie to get what you want. Because if you tell the truth, then other people have advantage over you, right? That kind of thinking. So the divine's coming in to balance the scales, and he also too wants to do that, and he knows that he needs to do it with his emotions, like being in touch with his emotions. And I think that in particular, this person has never really dove that deep into their emotions. They have never really deeply loved somebody, and if they did, they didn't realize it. So this is kind of like a foreign land to this person, being in touch with their emotions, allowing themselves to learn about their emotions, the different variances and levels of different types of emotions, emotional maturity, right? And as a result, he's wanting to move now out of his rough waters, his life of turmoil and just yuck, okay, into calmer waters towards, I have to say, he's trying to get back to his Queen of Cups. How? I don't know, but she's the calming waters for him. Whenever he thinks about her, he feels calm, because she has that kind of serene, nurturing, calm energy about her spirit, right? She's very loving and compassionate and caring and empathetic, like she really cares for people, and she gives. She's a giver. She does it because she's deeply connected to the divine. Like, she is definitely leading her life from the heart, heart-centered thinking, heart-centered actions. So he wants to figure out how he's going to move slowly towards her. He's got to get a plan. He's actually got a plan already, believe it or not. He's got a plan. He's making progress towards her already. Okay, so this is telling us that's where the energy is now. He's not just in formulating plan or still sitting on the fence plan energy. He's in actually moving forward, waiting for his wave to come in so he can get on his board and surf the ocean to get towards her, you know, and to do it in a way that's going to be, that's a true commitment. It's a devoted commitment. It's persistence. It's being methodical. It's taking measures that are going to be, what is it, tried, tested, and true, right? And that way, when he reaches her, when he finally gets to where she's at, he won't scare her. Like he won't overwhelm her. He's hoping he won't overwhelm her. Because why? Because he sees his Queen of Cups as that he's actually learned that the two of them are strongly divinely connected soulmates. And so he sees her as somebody that he's loved forever. And why wouldn't you want to be in a relationship like that, especially knowing what you've experienced with them in the past? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean she's going to be, you know, open-minded and open-hearted like to him right away. But if she stays in her Queen of Cups, she will eventually allow him to see her heart again, right? And the World card here is actually ending that cycle of all of this misery in the past, putting the baggage down, and starting a new cycle that moves perhaps across the world to where his Queen of Hearts is. Queen of Cups, I should say. I always say hearts. Okay, fantastic. So that's the Devil clarification. Four of Swords. What can we know about the Four of Swords energy, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, for the collective? What do they need to know about the Four of Swords energy? King of Pentacles. Right, King of Pentacles, King of Hearts, right? Six of Cups, yep. All right, that's the past. And the Two of Swords. With the Two of Cups. All right, Temperance right there too. Divinely inspired and calm and peaceful. Okay, he was getting himself into a temperate mindset and heart space. You know, he's actually connecting with his heart. His mind and heart are informing each other. They're connecting now. Through this time spent in contemplation, mending the heart. The swords are now being used to actually knit the heart, the break together again, mending it. And the angels of temperance are helping him balance his yin and yang energies, his heart and mind energy. This is mind, this is heart. Okay? And why? Because he sees her as his true love, right? Again, he sees her as his true love. Two of Cups. This is somebody who has moved into whatever it was he was before. He may have been always wealthy and well off, but he is matured now as a King of Pentacles. See the gray hair? And he's got his dog right beside him. His loyal and devoted companion is right beside him, keeping him on the straight and narrow. He's got a huge pentacle to give to the Queen of Cups or anybody. And he's got he's learned a lot. He's read, or he's just had a lot of living, that's been, experience that he has learned from, and been quite successful in, especially the 3D world, the material world, where he's been able to make, he's been using his acumen, his smarts to gain a lot of material things, especially finances, in investments, maybe he's in real estate, whatever. But he's got a lot from the material world to offer. He just wasn't ever really doing it with a heart-centered belief system and thought. He was doing it in this cold and calculating way, right? That way. But since then, he's turned himself around. He's removing, he's letting down his burdens, because he's allowing the divine to guide him, with that Tower coming in like that, and his intuition becoming the King of Cups here. He's highly intuitive, just like she is. So your counterparts with them, you're both intuitive, and you're seeing, even though your eyes are both closed, that means you're on the same page. You're seeing eye to eye with your eyes closed. And so he is now wiser. He's wiser, but still has all of that acumen, all of that wisdom and know-how, how to be wealthy, okay, financially at the material world level. And he's now considering the level of the heart level, at that level of the heart, because he's remembering someone from the past that he wants to reconcile with, which is her, that he's been sitting on the fence and not wanting to make a decision. But this is telling us that he's finally made a decision. It's in reverse. He's finally made a decision to move towards his Queen of Pentacles, who, with the angels helping him do that, to temper his energy so that he's not too aggressive one way or the other, that he is actually he has the strength, the mental strength of the King of Swords upright, and the heart-centeredness of the King of Cups. All right, that's very important, especially if you're going to move back towards somebody who is very heart-centered. Okay, this is looking good. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what can you tell us about the Queen of Cups energy, please? The Queen of Cups energy. The Knight of Wands in the reverse. Wow-wee. Okay, Ten of Cups and Three of Cups. Wow, that speaks louder than words. Okay, overindulgence. Overindulgence. Okay, he came across at a time in the past that he was single. He did not tell her that he was in a committed relationship. He was, because guess what? This tells us what was going on. He was a Knight of Cups. Now, upright, I see that as a passionate, exciting new adventure or project that someone's starting, they're kick-starting it, right? But in the reverse, it's player energy to me, okay? He was in player mode. Like I said before, he came and got what he could get and took off, left, cut her out, because he was already in a committed relationship with the Ten of Cups. Somebody was already in his love life. All right, and as a result, this is not a celebration. In the reverse, it's a third-party situation. So she was basically the other woman during that time. And so he had put her in a third-party situation. Why? Because he was not seeing her as a wish fulfillment. Could have been, but he was overindulgent. He was having more than his share. He was having more than he should have had, because he lied to her, deceived her, right, with that Seven of Swords sneakiness, that he was single, because he probably thought, I better come to her telling her I'm single, because maybe she won't have anything to do with me and I won't get the sex and the good times with her that I'd like to have before I leave her, right? Okay, so that's the Queen of Cups energy. She was duped. In other words, she was lied to and duped. That's due to his deceptions. He had a lot of karma to pay back as a result, okay? And he had been in he was guarding himself, like trying to protect himself and his pentacles, because he was in another, family life situation, that if he were to have made the decision to move away from that to be with her honestly, he thought he'd lose a lot of money right here. He thought he'd lose a lot of money, so he's going to hold on to, clutch his pennies, because he'd just leave her and go back to the other one, and nobody knows the difference, right? This must have been quite a distance apart kind of relationship, because she, otherwise she could have came to him, and said, came to where he was and said, what's going on here? What's going on? Why haven't I heard from you? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Five of Pentacles, leaving someone out in the cold. I see this as he, cut her out, left her out in the cold, wondering, like spinning like a mad cow out in the field, right? Like this. Like what, where, what just happened? Oh my gosh, I don't understand what's going on. I thought he was single. I thought he loved me. I thought that he wanted to be in a committed relationship with me. I thought, right? And maybe he came across like that too. Maybe he did actually behave in a way that was telling her that yeah, he plans on doing that. But then, boom, he cut her out and left her spinning. All right, and I don't mean a cow, okay? But that's just using it as you should know me by now. Okay. Anyways, I do apologize. I don't mean a cow, just that you were left spinning, feeling confused. So the Five of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Emperor, and the Three of Pentacles with the Page of Swords. Strength, okay. Okay, just give me a second here. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. All right. Clarified by the Ace of Cups, the Emperor energy, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so he was in, like I said, in a collaboration with somebody already. He was in, like perhaps he met this person that he was married to and had a family with through work, possibly. Some kind of career connection or business connection or enterprise connection, something, right? And he then offered his cup of love. You see that? He offered his cup of love to this, one he was in, well, wherever that card is, the one he was in a marriage with, okay? Whoever that is. And he became a husband and a father with that one. This cup of love, by the way, is not the love that he created on his own, that was given to him through his heart, because remember, he's like this, right? This is not his love. This is just him coming towards somebody else like that, right? Because we always put on a front kind of thing that we're going to be everything we believe they want from us, okay? So what the Ace of Cups is, really, is the love that she gave him. It was a divinely inspired cup of love, a devoted cup of love that she was giving this guy here back then when he was upside down. Let's just get that straight. When he was upside down, not realizing it, she was giving his cup of love to him. And so what did he do? He took all that really great, beautiful, loving energy that she freely gave to him, and he gave it to somebody else. He married somebody else. Wow, 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 right? Somebody else. Oh my God. And so, he's been keeping an eye on her from a distance, not saying a word. He wants to come in and talk to her. He does, but how do you get past that, right? How do you get past that? Wow, he took that beautiful energy, that loving energy that she gave him freely, because she believed in him when he said he was single and available. And then he, with his, devilish ways, his deception, he ended up taking that energy. It's not like he knew it, right? It's not like he said, oh, I got all this really great energy, I'm just going to go and give it to someone. Well, he was feeling so loving and so generous from her loving and generous and caring and compassionate, nurturing ways, that he was feeling like that. She filled him up with all of that beautiful energy that he just reached out to whoever it was in his nearest vicinity and gave it to them. because like I said, maybe they're a distance apart, and it was just easier to go towards somebody who was right there and available than to try and make an effort to be with this one, which it was just a fling after all with this one. So he took what she gave him. He gave it to the wrong person. He was supposed to reciprocate it and give it back to her, but he didn't. He took it and ran like a thief in the night, okay, and gave it to somebody else. And that's why the tower has to come down, because he had to start realizing that the energy he was spending on somebody else was always meant to be with her, the loving energy, right? Okay, so that's what I know, collective. I hope that was helpful to you, and we'll check in with you again tomorrow, Friday, TGIF. Bye bye.